Yeah. Unfortunately, people don't focus on it too much, but we are getting in a game right now. We've got something already a little bit spicy coming on in as we have an SCV immediately leaving from this player spawning down in the bottom right, representing Onside Gaming. Give it up for Maru.
And playing in the bottom left corner in those blue Zerg pieces for Dragon Phoenix Gaming, my friend Dark. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to introduce him that way till the day I die.
Fair enough, yep. You guys haven't had that drink yet, but you are drinking buddies. It is a little bit interesting to go for the proxy 2 racks on Blackburn. Of course, the Overlord will eventually get across the map and we'll see that there is no barracks at home, but it's going to take a little while. And Dark, I mean, he's going to have to deal with this before that point. Now, Maru, even if this does get dealt with, he is so well known for dealing with the follow-up to proxy 2 racks, even after it fails, so well. That is almost, as much as anything, one of his biggest claims to fame.
All right, yeah, you were mentioning it yesterday. Maru proxies and doesn't get much done, but he's still ahead. Yeah,
and it just doesn't make any sense, but he is. We do see this Overlord. Oh, it does actually catch the barracks. Okay, that is very, very nice information, seeing this that early. We are going to see the Overlord maybe get picked off, though. It is very far away from any little pervert pillar here. Now, we could theoretically see... we're not going to see a full wall, right? No, we're not going to see a full wall. The Marines are going after that Overlord, so they're actually going to let these drones get a little bit of damage, and that will be enough to discourage the bunker and force a cancel, but that Overlord going down, that hurts for Dark.
All right, Dark has 4 links coming out behind this. They're not quite out yet. Sorry, that's a lie. He has 6 links out. Bunker going to get restarted. Going to jump on top of those workers. Not quite. Lings are going to jump on top of the Marines. And nice micro there. The Marines all survive. That bunker is, oh my God, also going to finish up here.
That Ling was the stupidest Ling. It got caught behind his brethren and couldn't hit the SCV for some reason. Very strange little scenario. And that actually means that it gets picked off a little bit earlier. And, well, we haven't seen any drones going down. Oh, but another Overlord. Wow, that is really annoying. But he is going to lose probably all of these Marines on the way out. And this is going to be a hold for Dark. He's going to be feeling good. Will these barracks get lifted off? They're not building anything right now. Yep, they're already floating home. No more Marines. And Dark, he definitely is in a good position. Losing those 2 Overlords does suck, but he didn't lose any drones and he killed both SCVs. So this is definitely a very good situation for Dark.
All right, factory is finished up. That wall will be complete. Reactor coming down that factory. I assume only that we're going to see Hellions coming out of there. These Lings are snaking around, trying to find anything. Speed is finishing off. Nice block here with that barracks on that 3rd base. Lings, hello? Yeah, Ling's going to finally come on in here, start nibbling away. Will force a liftoff eventually. Queen also going to come on in here to help. But this is a nice, very similar to how Hero was delaying that 3rd base from coming on down in the last series. Eventually, that 3rd base will get dropped. There we go. It was a few minerals late. And it's at the 43 supply. Should have been much, much earlier.
Well, I mean, it's all the normal timings kind of go out the window a little bit when you have these openings. We do see a very quick fusion core coming down. Normally, the follow-up to this is most often that Hellion drop, because just the way the timings work out, it flows together very nicely. But we are going to be seeing the very, very fast fusion core and the BC opener. Now, Dark is a huge fan, maybe the biggest fan of roaches, but we don't see a roach warren just yet.
All right, he does have queens in the main base. It will be still ways away before that BC comes on out here. 3rd base being dropped by Maru at front of the natural there. Yeah, still no roach warren. Double Evo chamber coming on down. Almost feels like he might be getting ready for... Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's going to be going for very fast double upgrades here. So people might be wondering, like, oh, why would you build a Roach Warren to deal with BCs? Well, what I'm alluding to is that Maru is Dark is a big fan of going for very, very aggressive moves with Roaches, just random move outs at 7, 8, 9 Roaches in the middle of the game. Now, are you going to do this after a weird situation like this? Probably not, and that might be part of the reason why we are seeing this very quick BC out of Maru. Oh, look at that, the fake cloak. Very smart right there. Dark, does he get the scout? Oh, we need to check his vision. We need to see his vision right now.
He did see it there indeed.
Oh,
he knows.
He saw the corner.
And immediately Spore Crawlers coming on down to deal with this. Eventually, when it does get out here, the BC still about 3/4 of the way done. Another quarter left to do. Stim starting up behind this. More barracks coming down. Double engineering bay. So it is going to be a transition into bio. And looks like it might just be the only with the one BC coming on out here from Maru.
Yeah, it's very, very likely that it should just be the one BC. Dark... Wait, where is... Does he not have a Spore in the main? Where is that going to blink? Okay, natural expansion. Hellions are going to get deflected from the third, it looks like. Okay, Spore was kind of at the bottom of the main. Spore's actually not done in the natural, so this will get... wow, 5 drones? That's... not bad, not bad. I kind of was expecting that it would get a little bit less, but it is always so difficult to prevent that if you're not already in position, if you don't already have those units. Lings, speaking of which, are going to be relatively in position to deal with these Hellions. Hellions do grab another 1 or 2 drones, but I think he's going to get the pick off on... he'll get most of these. And going into the mid-game, Dark is in a phenomenal position just based on his upgrades alone.
All right, 9 drones at all going down there. The Queens will be able to drive that BC into the dead of space. This final Hellion might get... No, it does survive with, I believe, just like 1 or 2 hit points. But the third base is jumped on by Dark and will force a liftoff of that command center. Lings are just going to retreat back on out here. And it's Spire play. So it looks like Lingbane Muta coming on out here from Dark, which is kind of the flavor of the month right now in this matchup. One of the flavors of the month, I should say. He is going to just snipe, I believe, that Hellion and get on out of there. BC eventually going to come back over here, get some repairs down on it, does save it from going down. Gold base, so the 4th base is now coming on in for Dark. And he's just getting a few more Lings, droning behind this game. It's +2 melee and carapace along with that Baneling speed. Spire about 3/4 of the way done here, getting more and more and more Lings. Going to open up some of these rocks to make sure he is able to get those sweet surrounds and stop something like this from happening, a siege up behind the mineral line.
This is really interesting out of Dark, by the way. He did not actually drone out that heavily. He actually has been continuously pumping Ling Bane for quite a while. Maru, though, is going to hit at a timing, which is pretty nice. It is going to be, as his 1-1 finishes, and that upgrade lead for Dark is not online yet. I think this gold base is going to have to go down, but we have a massive counterattack coming in on the other side of the map. The Lings are going to get in. Maru instantly pulling his SCVs, but this is... Well, actually, no, this isn't going to be... I don't think this is going to be enough to equalize the loss of a gold base. Oh, this command center. Oh, my God. Okay, he wasn't lifting it, but he saves it anyways. It was starting to get a little low, though.
Yeah, another 2 Overlords going down there. Maru taking out quite a few Overlords this game here. And he's just going to pull back and retreat to that location with the tanks. But the Mutts are now here. They are in the main base. There is no missile turret here. We're going to see some SCVs going down. Immediate pull on those SCVs, but not before 3 of them go down. These Lings here decide to jump on top of those Marines. Reinforcements do show on up here, and we'll drive these Mutas out of the main base. Only 3 workers going down. Could have been much, much worse. The BCs here are going to get jumped on top of. The BC is going to teleport back home before it gets too low. That is a lot of Marines on the ground. +1 flyer attack also on its way here. A second factory starting on up for Maru, so he can start double pumping either tanks or Widow Mines along with the tanks there. And looks like he wants to potentially move out here and hit at that goal base location. We have a Baneling run by potentially forming up in the top right, and Mutas getting ready to jump into the main base here. Going to pick off 1 add-on. And the BC will show up. We'll get a tank potentially for free. Yeah, gets the tank and gets on out of there.
Yeah, that's a really nice find right there. We are seeing this army on the top side kind of got across the map uncontested, and there's no creep around that gold base. This might just be another free pickoff right here. This could be really, really nice. Dark has such a massive 2-2 versus 1-1 timing advantage, but he's not going to be able to take advantage of it. Meanwhile, the SCVs, they only, or the Banelings that were set up on that top side, only getting a couple of SCVs. We're going to get a cancel on the 4th. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big pickup right there. Nice job by Dark.
All right, Dark.
Maru, though,
oh,
this is still really scary. Ooh, Banelings. They are going to get they actually get a couple of SVs at the tail end there. They do get mostly dealt with. Meanwhile, Magic Box coming in on the Thor in the main base. Nice job right there by Dark getting that pickoff. And meanwhile, he will jump on this army just before 2-2 completes, getting a very, very nice engagement for Dark. And now Maru is way down in supply. Oh my goodness, that was about 5 seconds to 10 seconds away from the 2-2 being done, and that being a maybe the fight still is a win for Dark, but I actually don't think so. I think that's probably a pretty drastically different fight. And now the medevacs getting picked off as well. Dark, I was thinking it wasn't necessarily the best idea to stay on such a low drone count, but he ends up finding the engagement he needs. Now I would really, really like to see him drone up, though, and go up to a hive.
All right, what is he doing? He's rotating around here with those mut-muts. Nice Widow Mine placements here. Maru is double pumping those Widow Mines out. Dark gonna jump in here again. He does see the triple auto turret and decides not to take the attack. Will move on out. Is he taking? No, that's just a clump of lings at the top middle base there. Infestation pit coming on down. Drilling claws. I do like that upgrade. Maru now going to try to take the gold base here. These mud-muds will come on in. We'll get a kill on that missile turret just before it finishes up. 2 more missile turrets starting up immediately after.
Yeah, he's just going to try and batten down the hatches, and he knows that he's lost aggressive potential for a while on this map and in this match, and he knows that he needs to kind of drag the game out a little bit. Those Widow Mines are in a nice spot, but Dark, he is, despite not having an overseer initially, he is going to be able to find them, see them, and will avoid it taking damage. Oh, as I say that, oh my god, he takes 2 gigantic shots. Very, very strange from Dark. That was really, really unforced error. It will only cost him 2 mutas likely. If he was forced into an engagement somehow, he shouldn't get forced into it, but if he was, those mutas are also quite low on HP for the next little while. Oof.
I do love this random placements of the Widow Mines on his side, on Maru's side of the map. This creep spread right at the halfway point, really good here. Now, it's also important to note that Dark was forced to take that forward third base after losing that goal base 2 times over, but it doesn't care. He's going to come on in here, going to try to jump on in. The Widow Mines have been all set off. Banes come crashing in. He has a crap ton of Banes. Maru trying to spill his little heart out. The BC gonna teleport in here for the defense, but a good chunk of the army does go down there.
Yeah, that was a very even engagement, which off of creep is good for the Zerg player overall. He ends up getting a few Widow Mines. He's doing some good work right here with this, but things are going to get a little bit more difficult for him to do that as this 3-3 completes up here for Maru. Now, once again, Dark, he did drone up, but he got up to a nice, healthy mid-80s drone count, but he never went up to, 90, 95, even 100 drones that we see sometimes, and especially when you're playing Mutilating Bane. I feel like Dark, he's doing a good job in this game, and he's slightly ahead, but he could be so much more ahead right now. That being said, his creep spread is phenomenal. It's covering so much of the map.
All right, another collapse coming on in here. This might get repelled. It eventually does get repelled. Dark will back on off here. We saw the Ultralisk Den coming on down there, +3 melee, and the Carapace well on his way for Dark. But this is going to push Dark back quite a bit. He's going to scan and clear a lot of this creep. Oh, takes another Widow Mine shot to the face. Takes a second Widow Mine shot to the face there. Doesn't quite get it. Was on a bit of a move command there. And Maru just going to keep marching forward here. Maru going to siege up on this 4th base here. Has 2 Thors, handful of Widow Mines, the BC providing a lot of support. Banes are crashing on top of those Thors here. Gonna jump on top of the Thors with the Mut-Mut. Thor's going to get hot pickups with the medevacs. Will micro them back a little bit. And the mutas have largely been destroyed here. There's no more. I think there's only one muta left on the map.
Yeah, no, Maru hits this 3-3 timing marvelously and takes a decisive engagement right here. The Thors kind of acting like big bad marauders right there. Kind of tanking and forcing the Banelings to take a bit of a circuitous route around towards the back of those Marines. And while they were going for that, they basically all got picked off. The mutas showed up late to the fight, and then they got, you know, murked by those 3-3 Marines. They are kind of well upgraded mutas. They have 2-1, but that still doesn't stand up against 3-3 Marines. And I think Maru's done it. There's just too much army supply here. The Ultras are going to come out, but it is after the tipping point of this game.
Yeah, Ultra is going to come out. The first one does get evaporated pretty damn quick. We have Corruptors out as well, so I assume we might try to get into Broodlords. Ghosts coming out 3 at a time. When those Ghosts come out, we see what Maru does with those Ghosts against Zerg. Ultra is going to jump on top here. That Ultra is also going to go down. He's lost, I think, 3 Ultras here. Units are trickling in. GG gets called. Onside Maru taking game number 1. And he's going pool first.
Yeah, this would have been so great on Blackburn here. Would have been so great against those proxy, against that proxy 2 racks. We are going to be seeing potentially roaches out of this. Look at that, Maru's. Oh, everyone you can confirm Terran OP. Maru took a little break to take a drink of his water. Thought you needed 400 APM to play this game. Just at all moments. Isn't that true? Isn't that true? Hmm? Obviously, I'm having a giggle. Before someone says until someone takes it out of context and says, "Oh, but you're actually Steadfast thinks Terran's OP." You look at it, he says Maru's lazy, and it's like, oh no.
Twitch chat, you know what to do. Clip it and ship it. And there we go. Roach Warren coming on down as you predicted. 6 links coming on out. It is being rallied across the map. Maru just coming in for a scout now. We'll see that hatchery is a little late. We'll probably also see these lings coming on out. So, we'll only see 2 of the lings.
Yep, 2 of them going to sneak off to the... 4 of them going to sneak off to the left side. 2 of them are going to track this SCV. Actually getting some nice damage, but not going to be able to pick it off. Now, this should cause the Reaper to stay home. But hang on, Maru is... This is something Dark does all the time. I'm very surprised if he actually... He's got... Okay. He was just getting... chasing that SCV and maybe even bluffing a little bit here. We've got the Overlord positioning, by the way, trying to track that Reaper. And the Reaper actually does go further forward. This is a little bit interesting. Bunker is coming on down on the high ground. Command center not quite done, so... Oh, man, if Dark had committed right in, he might have been able to deny that command center for a little while and maybe even cause some big problems. Meanwhile, other side of the map, the Roaches will get scouted, and that's a big deal. But getting that SCV, he is still going to be able to deny this for a little while. And actually, he might even get 2 more SCVs. One of them does go down. Yeah, he's gonna get like 3 SCVs just with this. Oh.
Or is he?
Maru, fancy micro. Nice job. Nice job.
RNGesus helping him out there, microing that SCV away from the lings. Will force a lift off here. And... Oh, he did not see the Roach Warren, but I think he did see the Roaches popping on out there. Roaches are here. Ravagers are out. Maru gonna evacuate the low ground, get that bunker full, get that Cyclone coming on out. Overlord now gonna move into position to provide high ground vision. Second Ravager morphing on in here. Bile's gonna start coming on down. And that supply depot should go down. That Cyclone still about halfway from finishing up here.
Yeah, the SC... So this bunker's in a bit of an awkward spot right here. It actually body blocks the SCVs, and as a result, that will be a second supply depot going down. It should have been able to be repaired, but he had to expose the SCVs to actually being in range of the Roach Ravager. So a little bit of a misstep, maybe a miscalculation on that bunker placement by Maru, gets Dark a little bit of extra damage that he maybe shouldn't have been able to get. Now, behind this, Dark does have a move that he likes to do, and that he's done a fair bit, actually, in this situation. We saw it versus... Oh, he's going to lose this Overlord. You see a little bit of annoyance showing through right there as he gets supply blocked by that. And actually, he gets badly supply blocked because he was not expecting to lose that Overlord. So his second replacement Overlord for that one wasn't forthcoming for a while. So he's going to be sitting on a lot of larva. But yeah, sorry, I want to talk about the potential follow-up of Dark. So he gets Ling Speed, gets a whole bunch of Zerglings, which is what we're going to see, and then tries to flood in before there's a wall at the natural. He did this versus Special yesterday, and it was able to get a lot done. But I think Maru, I think he's going to be prepared for this. He's got a very quick tank on the high ground. Look at this, by the way. Very, very quick double NG Bay here.
Yeah, Maru wanted to get up into those bio upgrades. Stim starting up behind this. Double Hellions coming on out. Again, like you mentioned, early game shenanigans do to set off the timings a little bit. But I believe Maru's third base is finished well ahead of Dark's third base.
It is, but Dark is going... This is not just a pressure. This is a full send right now. He's going to be looking to wrap around on those Cyclones. He's coming in right now. We'll try and get the Corrosive Vials on those tanks. But look at this. Maru recognizes it. He body blocks the Lings away from getting that vision on the high ground. Beautiful move from Maru right there. If those Ravagers managed to get those Vials off on the tank, that might have actually been game right there. That might have been game because there was so little production for Maru behind this. He just had that bunker, and eventually it would have been overwhelmed on the low ground. That move from Maru was almost 100% game saving. Brilliant stuff, recognizing what Dark's move was immediately.
Yeah, and that's why Maru has won. Was it 4 GSLs now? It's great moves like that. Maru is going to come forward here. Scans forward, takes out one creep tumor. Going to take out a second one there. Pushing this creep back quite a bit, right back to the natural. And
yeah, very, very well done.
Yeah. And Rogue is just continuing drone behind this, getting this +1 melee upgrade. And getting ready for that fourth base.
Yeah, he's going to try and take that now. Dark is very behind in this game. He is very behind right now. The upgrades for Maru are going to be coming online very shortly. And in fact, Dark might get caught droning if Maru just pushes out with this set of Marines. How many Zerglings are there on the map right now? There's no combat shields for these Marines, but they're going to have 1-1 and a couple of medevacs. This is a scary little push. Way scarier than it should be at this stage of the game.
All right, going to jump on top of this, clear one of the creep tumors, and get a queen kill for free. Going to come back in here, take out another creep tumor. Maru doing a great job of keeping this creep back. Going to just sit back here, heal up a little, and wait for the Hellions. He's going to dive in again, clear up that third creep tumor, take out all the Lings here. Just Ro8 Ravager left behind here. Going to jump on top of the Ravagers. One Ravager going to go down. Second Ravager does just barely survive. Going to pick up what is left and head on out. That one medevac getting really low. It does get away just in time. Or does it? Oh my god, that one medevac full of units will get away just in time. And nice hold there by Dark. Did lose a couple, I believe, queens. Or just the one queen and 2 Ravagers, but could have been much, much worse.
Yeah, I think Maru kind of overcommitted right there. He realized that Dark didn't have as much, so he tried to rally in his tanks and units behind it. And just as he was doing that, Dark got just enough units out in order to deal with that. By the way, we got to mention that Maru's armory it was so late. He forgot it for a very long period of time. He could have had 2-2, maybe 2/3 of the way done by now, but instead it just starts up as I say that. That is not what you're looking for here. We are going to see a couple of Ravagers getting caught out a little bit at the back. Only one of them will go down, but still, that's annoying. Maru is still absolutely in the lead in this game.
Maru again coming in, clearing up that creep. Yeah, Dark's creep is almost non-existent. Maru doing a great job of cleaning it up. Gonna jump on top of this with the Ling. Slow Bane's gonna come crashing in. Tanks will eventually go down, but there's a lot of Marines and another tank coming on in here. It is just Queens, Slow Banes, and one Ravager taking this fight. That tank eventually will go down. Yes, it does, but there's still a lot of bio on the ground here. Another Queen going down. This fourth base is gonna get evacuated. Those overstim Marines will take out the last of the Queens and will take out this base. More Roaches are coming up behind this. More Banes coming up. Baneling speed about 15 seconds away. That Roach will get away. But Maru denying that fourth base to our Zerg player. More units moving across the map. Reinforcements coming. Maru now wants to jump into the natural. Gonna pull back just a little bit. No, doesn't quite get that one rallying Roach.
Dark is so far behind right now. Maru has complete and utter control of this game, killing that 4th base, taking a great engagement. He is way ahead in supply. Dark didn't have his +2 carapace starting for a while right there. He will deal with this little attack in the main base. Good job. A couple of moments during that fight that were very crucial, by the way. One slow Baneling connecting with a bunch of Marines, but there was no follow-up. So we had like 8 or 9 red Marines just in the middle of Maru's army at a critical moment. There's a second Baneling there. You know, things maybe go very differently right there, and Dark gets a much better cleanup. But obviously, that isn't what happened. And Maru knew this, so he didn't even care. He's just like, yeah, I got medevacs, they'll heal this up. Meanwhile, the only bit of creep on the map that Dark has that's even slightly meaningful, Maru comes in and cleans up. Nice, really nice placement of those corrosive vials right there. But, I mean, Maru just disengages, and he's chilling. He is in the driver's seat completely of this game.
All right, those corrosive vials actually took out some of his own lings there on the way down. Nice little drop into the main. Will take out that Spore Crawler. Will be forced to pick on up and get on out of there. And yeah, like this creep spread absolutely demolished here. And that's not allowing Dark to get those nice engages that he wants. We have the Ghost Academy coming down behind this. 4th base now being retaken by Dark. He's going to try to keep it this time. Maru now coming in with a small hit squad down the left side. Going to clear up even more creep. Nope, doesn't quite get it. Will be forced to pick on up and get on out of there.
Yeah, that's a nice little save for Dark, but once again, he needs to find a big engagement to come back in this game. Small things are nice, but he needs to pair a lot of good small things together for it to have any meaning on the impact of this game. Maru, not missing a beat. He's transitioning into Ghosts. He's getting his 3-3. He's getting more additional command center. He's already up on 4 bases and 84 SCVs. Immediately getting that Ghost Cloak as well. I like that. No reason to scrimp on it and forget it later on at a critical moment. We are going to see a bit of an engagement right here, but Maru, as long as he doesn't get hit by these Banes and properly loads up, just taking some nice little trades. Actually, really pushing that to the limit. Those Banelings got very close, but he knows what he's doing, and he's going to be able to get out of there.
All right, looks like he's going to boost into the main base yet again. Dark not in position here to deal with this. Drop.
Yeah, this is quite.
Go ahead.
Quite a nuisance. Oh, it's quite a nuisance. He's not. Yeah, he's not in position really at all. Very surprising that he wasn't expecting this. A lot of bio going to be able to unload. I don't think he'll be able to get much meaningful damage. He actually does lose 2 of his medevacs right there, and he should be loading up and getting on out of here. He might actually just be looking to trade some of those bio units out. Actually, yeah. Is that what he was doing? I feel like that might be what he was doing. That's the only reason I can think why I didn't load up a little quicker. But once again, this is small potatoes. Maru's in a really great position in this game.
Now, after that drop, Maru's going to come back in here with a bit of a push on the left side. It does get pushed back. He does get a couple creepers. Almost biles down that medevac full of it. Doesn't quite get it. Drop here on the left side. Lings do see it. Maru did see the hive timing on for Dark. And what is Dark going to transition to here? Another push.
I think he's about to transition into being dead when all of his Ravagers get sniped down by these ghosts.
All right, no detection here. Those ghosts able to snipe away, like you said. Banes are gonna. It looks like some manual detonations there. Do get the Banes though. Sorry, get the ghosts. 2 ghosts do survive. 3 ghosts do remain here. Bile's gonna come down, try to get those ghosts. Bane's gonna come crashing into the 5th base here. This planetary fortress will be sent to the abyss. And is he gonna do another manual detonation? No. Will Bile? Bane's gonna come crashing in here again. No detection here. There's no overseers. Just morphing in 1 overseer now. Nice. But his army. Where is his army? He's only Lings and a few Ravagers here. Morphing in Banes. Gonna drive this away again one more time. Bile's gonna come down. Will force a hot pickup. And Maru will get on out of there.
That was the weirdest engagement, by the way. That should not have gone down the way that it did. The ghost just being left in the middle, and he did recognize that there was no detection. But like you said, great manual detonations from Dark, able to take down a lot of the ghosts. And that fight took place before 3-3 finished. That was the best, absolute best possible engagement Maru could have ever taken. But it is not going to be enough here. Dark, he didn't have the eco, He didn't have the army complexity. He didn't have the tech. And while that fight looked good, we see that it absolutely was not good enough. Absolutely. Because we've got spawning up at the top left of one of the most controversial maps in the pool, representing Onside Gaming. Give it up for the yellow Terran player. From Korea, it is Maru.
And spawning in the bottom right corner, the blue Zerg pieces, needing this win more than ever. Playing for Dragon Phoenix Gaming, we have Dark. Now, question for you. Do you think this is more controversial or less controversial map than Submarine?
Oh, Submarine was the worst. Ugh. Feel like one of those chihuahuas when you flash like a plate of food and it's your plate and it's just gigantic, you know? And then you show the plate to the dog and it's just this little tiny one and it just starts snarling. That's how I feel. Oh, sorry, yeah, that's how I feel when I think of Beckett. That's how I feel when I think of Beckett.
Submarine's good compared to Beckett. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a quick peek at Submarine.
All right, it is a hatch gas pool opener here from our Zerg player. Maru going for that Barrack Scout, expanding behind the Reaper. So pretty standard stuff so far for this game for that first 2 minutes. No proxies out on the map, no early pools. I think this is the first time we are seeing a standard opener for this series.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. We saw that proxy 2 racks in game 1. We saw the 16 pool into Ro8 rush in game 2. Maybe this is where Dark turns around. Maybe he's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm comfy, I'm cozy. I'm gonna make it happen here.
All right, Reaper now making its way across the map. We'll check. No, it doesn't check the goal base location. Gonna go straight to. Gonna deny this third hatch quite a bit here. We'll force it to morph on in. There's no queen around to provide support for that drone. So it looks like he might have to cancel and remake that extractor. Ling's also heading out. Oh, he's going to take this Thursby. Nice little juke and jive there, and the Lings are going to head out behind this.
Yeah, that's why we don't often see the players trying to deny one of the bases. Is most of these bases these days, everything pretty much except Blackburn, have 2 viable third bases for the Zerg. So that's why we don't see the SCV blocks anymore. It is, of course, a pain to deal with. Now, this is still good for Maru. It's not necessarily as good as some of the damage you could get in the natural, but he's forcing a lot of cancels. He's being a real nuisance. And eventually he will either kill that drone or force it to actually finish up the extractor. And he's just, Dark's just rebuilding and canceling it.
That is the fourth cancel.
Yeah, as long as he gets the drone out, it is worth it. And he's going to be able to save it, so nice job from Dark, but that's quite a nuisance. Funnily enough, he actually uses it as an extractor trick, but very unfortunately, he gets himself supply blocked at 44. Dark is in some big trouble because there is Hellbats coming his way, and he is already, his build order has already been knocked askew a little bit.
All right, Maru's going to rotate around, try to find another angle of attack in here. He does have 2 queens out on the creep, keeping those Hellions at bay, but 2 more Hellions coming out behind this. And I assume we're going to see 2 more coming out behind that. Nope, just the 4.
Yeah. We should see more.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
just a little.
I was going to say, you wouldn't go for. It would be very unlikely, at least, that you go for just 6 of these and then a Hellbat push and not commit to anything more. Now, the big question on my mind is, will this transition into mech, or is this going to be just the Hellbats as they are? We do have these Hellions showing on up. Not going to morph in just yet. He is, there we go, does morph those Hellbats in now, and already getting one of these queens very low on HP. There is no Ling speed at the moment. It was actually incredibly delayed. Wow, that is very bizarre. Nice target fire on the medevac. Will get it low, and actually is going to be able to take it on down, but he is already losing a lot of queens, going to lose some drone, some mining time here. This is about as successful as a Hellbat push gets, I feel.
Yeah, takes out another queen there. 5 workers in total going down. Looks like at that third base, this will eventually get held without even a Baneling Nest. But more Hellions showing up here. I don't think there's...
Oh, actually, no, it's not getting held. Yeah, the Hellion rally is going to be quite a problem. Nice job from Dark right there. Body blocking that one Hellion as it tries to run through. But this is so much damage right now. Dark is in a world of hurt. And the funniest part is it's just the 2 rallying Hellions that kill a bunch of the drones at the third and just reinforce the position just a little bit more, causing huge consternation. Maru is so far ahead. It is going to be bio from him, but the Banshee follow-up behind this will probably get even a little bit more damage as the Spores, they're just a wee bit late. But actually, no, Cloak's not done, so he's not going to be able to take advantage of that.
And those Lings running across the map did get a nice scout that this Banshee was incoming, so the Queens were able to get into position here. Spore finishing up here just in time. Only gets 1 drone kill and will be driven away. Nice kill on the Creep Tumor. They're on the way out. Second Banshee, I believe, also is out. Yes, it is. There we go. Behind this third base is being taken by Maru. He's about to get landed there. Stim about halfway done. +1 starting up here. Dark is still droning here. He's just meeting Maru's worker count right now.
Yeah, and that's a disaster for the Zerg player at this stage in the game. This game is in a horrendous position right now for Dark. He is going to go for the Spire to try and catch up, and I think that's probably like one of his best bets. There's not a whole lot of things that Zerg can do that are really big comeback mechanics in this matchup. He does get the Banshee. Okay, nice job. I was going to say, there's no way that Banshee survives. That would be so tilting, but even still getting the Banshee, like it's nice. He needs a lot more than that, and one thing he needs to do is not take any damage from this second set of Hellions.
Yeah, those Hellions going to come on in here, clear a little bit of that creep, and head on out. Queens will rotate around to make sure they don't get any further in. Maru starting repairs on that Banshee. Great job by killing these active tumors, so it's going to force him to drop down fresh tumors with those Queens. Kind of rotate around to the right side again, clear up a creep again. These Queens are just bouncing back and forth. Spire is about to finish. Double Evo halfway done. I believe Maru scouted this, so he is dropping those missile turrets down in each of his mineral lines. And we have another push coming on out. Bio with, I believe, Combat Shield won't be done, but +1 should be done. There is a tank in the background along with the Hellbats to provide support. 11 Banes coming on in. Bane speed not quite done. That Baneling Nest is also in a very precarious position. I'm not sure why he built it out there.
Yeah, it's not in a good spot right here. There is actually a world where that Baneling speed gets denied. 1-1 does now complete. There's no upgrades even on the way for the Zerg player. Missile turrets on the other side of the map have already been done, so those Mutas are probably not going to get anything done. We are going to need to see Transfuses coming on in. Mutas trying to flank on the tanks, but they're not going to be able to get in here. Combat Shield's not quite done, but this is going to be still a very good engagement here for Maru. The 1-1 Bio taking cover behind the tank, and he is going to be able to just crush through. I think we are looking down the barrel of a 3-0 between these two players. That is incredible. Oh, Bane speed is going to get denied. Oh my goodness. Everything going wrong for Dark in this series.
All right, Dark going to take one last attempt to push it back. Doesn't quite work. Maru, clean sweeps. Kind of see the frustration there in Dark's face. First thing Maru does is grab his shoulder.